So this is an exercise, actually a couple of exercises for the people who have taken either the intro to social dancing or have taken other relatively beginner classes. This is not for the more advanced dancers, although it will work for you. I want to give a couple of exercises. There are 3 steps that I want to cover: parallel steps, fifth position break, and crossover break. So there's an exercise I used to practice for anybody who's a golfer. If you have your putter and you're just lined up, let's say you're lined up over a 20-foot putt. Well, you're not going to take a big swing over a 20-foot putt. It's a relatively small putt or a 6-foot putt. You're just going to rotate your shoulders back and forth a little bit. So if I'm doing a parallel step, which the guy's part is, I'm going to use Rumba in this example, forward, left, side, together. I'll step to the side with my right foot. Just going to turn my shoulder a little bit, step outside partner with my left foot, do a break, replace, step to the side with my left foot, come forward with my right foot, break, replace. So I'm not taking a big shoulder turn and just rotating my shoulders a little bit as if I'm taking a 20-foot putt. So I'm just going to rotate my shoulders a little bit, move my left foot forward, rotate the shoulder just a little bit. So if you think about on a clock, right now my shoulders are facing 12 o'clock. I turn my shoulders to 1 o'clock, step forward with the left foot, turn my shoulders to about 11 o'clock, rock, replace. So that's an exercise I'd like you to practice at home during this virus. Just rotate the shoulders a little bit and get comfortable with letting the shoulder turn first and then allowing that foot to come through. So let the shoulder turn first, then let the foot come through, let the shoulder turn first, and then release the toe and come forward with that foot. Instead of doing this, you want it to be more of that. So I'm letting my shoulders turn, not a big turn, just a little turn, and then stepping. And that would be your parallel step. That's the man's part. The lady's part is the exact same thing. She steps to the side, rotate her shoulders, she'll be going backward. Same concept. Don't overturn like that. Just turn ever so slightly. Okay. So second concept, and they're all covering the same ideas. What I want you to practice during this, when you're practicing at home, is allowing the body to move first and your feet to move last. So we're doing, let's say, a crossover, which in Rumba, half a basic step, side, together. I'll step to the side, I'm going to turn my shoulders, and then rock, replace. I'm going to turn my shoulders, and then let that foot come through. I'll turn my shoulders first, and then I'll let my foot move. So one of the things that I used to practice when I was a new dancer is I would look at where my foot position was. If I'm turning my body and then releasing my toe, my foot will come across, and you'll only see one foot in the mirror. So you'll see only one foot. If I let my body turn first, if I let my body turn second, after moving my feet, I end up with a crossover break like this. So the idea is you want to step to the side, turn your shoulders, break, replace, turn your shoulders, your feet move left, you'll break, replace. Same concept if I'm doing a fifth position break. Guys, step forward, side, together, step to the side, I'm going to turn my shoulders. The only difference between a fifth position break and a crossover, I'm taking it forward, back break. Here I'm going a backward back break. Break, replace, I'll step to the side, turn my shoulders, then release my foot, step to the side, turn my shoulders, release the foot, step to the side, turn my shoulders, release the foot, break, replace. So I'm just allowing my body to move first, my feet move second. So during this, what you can practice at home, again, the idea is turning your shoulders, letting the foot move. Turning the shoulders, let the foot move. One final thing you may want to practice is having your elbows tucked into your hips. A lot of guys, when they lead, they tend to lead by steering their partner instead of rotating their shoulders and keeping everything solid here. So if you have your elbows into your hips, just get that concept of turning that shoulder, making sure those elbows stay in to your hip and you're not overstepping. So you're not steering like that. You're turning your shoulders and allowing your shoulders to turn your partner instead of your arms and elbows turning apart. So use those exercises and become a better dancer.